to Counting Thoughts.
Hi people, so we are here again on another bed recording another episode.
Yes, because circumstances.
Glitches, it's okay, life happens. When life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. So this is us trying to make lemonade out of the lemons. But
So, welcome back to everyone who has been listening to us for quite some time now, and welcome to everyone who's going to listen to us for the very first time.
yes, welcome! This
We'll
is
be counting
Counting Thoughts. And let's hope that Anmol does not screw up the intro. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go!
Okay. Patience. Okay, we'll be counting all our good thoughts, bad thoughts, all the random thoughts that we have in our mind, all this to bring change one thought at a time.
Amen. Because today's topic is actually thoughts. Okay, we'll elaborate. So, random shower thoughts,
Or the casual thoughts we have when we are just sitting down,
doing random stuff. So,
like taking shower or pooping or waking up half awake in the morning or half asleep during the night.
while you're driving or doing the dishes or your subconscious thoughts. So, what do you think?
Subconscious frame of mind. Yeah.
So, let's begin with the extrovert telling us one of their thoughts. Do you have any?
So the usual one which I have been having since my childhood, which I am completely shameless about, is whenever I'm taking a shower or whenever I'm bathing, I love listening to music. When I'm listening to music, I feel like I am the singer of whatever song I'm singing. So I am actually singing as a full shower volume making. I have the best voice and I'm singing and I'm doing everything.
Trust me when I say she does not have the best voice, but then
I think you would have an idea if you would have listened to our season 1 songs that resonate with us episode. You would know.
Yes.
And my family or people who I live with, usually they're like, hey, what happens to you in the shower? Like I'm essence or aroma oils here, and I'm feeling good essence oils getting into my nose, and I'm like, and I am in my own world. There is an
While you're
concert
bathing.
going on in the shower.
So when I shower, I take my phone with me and I listen. I am not a Spotify person. I am a YouTube premium person.
Amir log.
नहीं मतलब so I have like whatever videos that I come across that I don't have the time to watch at that time or frame of mind to watch immediately, I put them into my watch later list. My watch later list is almost always I'm crossing 100. Almost always it crosses. I have more than 100 videos in my watch later list.
Okay.
And I will shower and I will put it on 1.5 and I will listen to whatever they are. I mean the videos that
1.5 playback speed, which you should be using for our episodes as well.
Yeah, as well you can. Those videos are random, so they could be TED Talks. They could be music videos, they could be random jazz. I also listen to audiobooks when I shower sometimes. I don't know if everybody does this. I do this, suppose if I've had a fight or I had a conversation or somebody asked for a suggestion. Say suppose you came to me with a problem and you came for a suggestion and I gave you a suggestion. So later on what I would do is like I would replay that incident in my mind, and I would come up with better solutions to that problem, or I would come up with better comebacks. Oh, I could have said that. I could have, and my tone could have been better.
Or I could have probably
Used
narrated the entire incident in a better or a different manner.
As a reference point कि अगर आगे से ऐसा होगा कभी, if this happens in future, I'm supposed to use this incident as a reference point, and like this should not repeat itself. I should have something better to say.
So usually what happens, this happens with me, and I'm assuming this happens with the entire world. So usually when we're sleeping, subconsciously I don't know if this is my Virgo brain or what. It's always functioning and I'm always thinking 10 things at a time. So usually when you're sleeping, उस time तुम ऐसे होते हो कि then you are judging all your life decisions.
Are you?
That professionally, oh okay, client से बात हो गया, I could have explained this thing better, or oh okay, I probably कल से jogging जाऊंगी.
This making future plans. I make so when I wake up in the morning, I have like so suppose I'm sleeping and I wake up in the morning. And I will
thoughts अलग होते हैं.
I wake up with like, okay, today I have to do this, today I have to do this, and this is when I usually I go through notebooks like crazy. I am a very
Checklist.
analog.
You're a very organized and analog person.
I am an analog person. I would like, no matter how many notes I have, I would still prefer a pencil and a notebook or a pen, and like I would jot it down. So I'm an analog person. I'm not a very digital person. I have nothing against technology. It's just a preference that I have. So this is when these thoughts are there. When I have lists for everything, then even
that is where they're subconscious.
And I talk to plants also in my brain, like when I'm not talking.
Not just plants. You talk to the mic as well. So yeah, let's.
I am
just to be clear.
Yes, I do. In the sense, like not talking into the mic. I will talk to the mic, because I named our mics
Black Sky and Blue Sky because of
no,
the
Night Sky and
Day Sky. Sorry, Yasha named them.
Sorry,
Night Sky.
Night, because one is black and one is blue. So I named
hence the names.
But I am that sort of a person who would talk to inanimate objects. And
मैं बता क्या करती हूँ when I'm waking up. Usually 90% of the time I am very happy when I'm waking up. Actually, for reals, back music चल रहा होता है ऐसे
दिमाग में.
और ऐसे उसके बाद चले जैसे ऐसे good day और फिर वैसे उठ रही होती हूँ, अच्छा म्यूजिक मेरे कानों में बज रहा होता है और फिर वैसे फुल खुल जाते. Yasha has seen me waking up. I am in my zone for an hour at least.
More than an hour.
Because I wake up and back of my mind I'm listening to good songs. Everything is happening. I'm making my bed. I'm looking for water. And everyone, every human being around me is non-existential. Like they might be talking
I
to
think
me.
So there are conversations that people generally are able to zone out from, right? So
I am zoned out. Default.
She is zoned out to the point that she does not see people.
I don't. The music is going on inside my head, in my ears. The music is playing, and I'm waking up and I'm listening. And dunya.
Her brain, I think, in the first 2 hours of her waking up, her brain is in a slow-mo mode. Natural slow-mo mode. Last time also, I told you this when we were like this, making a makeshift episode for the listeners. I am telling you, I have been sucked into this hole. I've been reading continuously. I think I've a month, almost, not even a month, almost a month. I have completed over 10 books. I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy. I am like, I have to read this more. Give me more. I have become like a vampire who has been deprived of blood because I have gone crazy, and I am not kidding you guys. I have gone absolute crazy. I've been reading. I think I've completed. I will almost complete my 10th book now. 10th, 12th book, and I'm trying not to read because I have to study for the topic exam. I have not studied. I think I completed one chapter in, let's say, past 20 days. I think I've completed one chapter.
Okay, this is judgy looks. What?
So not
because
healthy.
she has a schedule, so that's why.
Oh, my schedule is out of the window these days. Trust me when I say this, it's out of the windows. I fell ill
Because
we had to
you
travel.
haven't been keeping well.
Yeah, I fell ill. We had
You've
to
been
traveling.
traveling.
I think everybody does this. They make plans to go somewhere and worry unnecessarily. So in my family, say suppose somebody calls and you don't pick up, my father would assume the worst, like मर गई. Like बीच में कुछ नहीं है, मर गई. Like ऐसे कि फोन उठाए मरमराना गई. कि भैया पहले पूछे किडनैप ही करवा दिया करो, मारा मत करो, किडनैप करवा लो.
I can relate to Uncle's thoughts. If my family is not picking my phone, I am like something has happened.
So I can like if I pick up my phone and I say like Dad, I'm busy. Like I don't have to explain where, how, for how long, when will I be free. She's become tech savvy, so she would text. She would rather text over call, and if I'm calling her, she'd prefer a video call because she'd be able to see me. My dad is random. He would be, I am free, you need to talk to me.
I think I can relate with Uncle more. I think that would test if mera time zones are different. What I do is if I call a person in a day, if I call you today and you haven't picked it up, it's fine. I'm like, okay, busy hai, whatever, something has happened. Like life happens, you have your work and you have 10 things, you might be bathing, you might be cooking, you might not be near your phone. And I don't call a person, I always call a person once. I will never ever in my life call a person again, and if you haven't responded or texted the same day, I'm busy, we'll call later, or you haven't called back, raat ho gayi hai, I'm okay. Next day morning when I wake up and I'm like, I called this person yesterday
And they haven't
raat ho gayi hai and they haven't gotten back, then I'm like mar gaye. And I'm like, there's something has happened to this human being and I need to know if they are like,
Okay.
then it becomes a need to know.
We have a very,
vicinity.
I mean, we of late we discovered, like a month ago, I think, not even a month ago, 10-15 दिन पहले, I think we discovered that we love our siblings a lot, but then we have a very different relationship with our respective siblings.
Communication wise, we have a different
yes.
pattern of communication.
So, like, she needs to talk to her siblings daily.
Yeah, मेरा दिन पूरा नहीं होता है if I don't speak to them.
And there is no such need when it comes to my sibling. Like we I mean, we don't even, I don't think him and I, we have had like I say, hi, how are you? We don't have that conversation. He would I think 2 days ago he texted that I came across a new word that is teetotaler. This is the text he sent me. Random out of I came across a new word which is teetotaler. This is a person who does not drink alcohol. And then we spoke in the chat that the
topic of discussion
was like, does this person not drink alcohol at all, or has this person tried and left it, and in present continuous tense he's not drinking alcohol and he chooses not to drink alcohol ever. Then he's like, oh, this is a deep question. Maybe in the present continuous tense he has decided not to drink alcohol at all. Maybe this could be then the tangent
research.
We haven't researched. This is all hypothesis. This is all hypothesis, and we're like, okay, so
I am going to do the research for this.
And then like, okay, फिर I was like, okay, अच्छा ठीक है, okay. So now, if somebody was an alcoholic and they've left alcohol and now they're sober and they don't drink alcohol ever, that means they're teetotalers. He's like, yeah. Then I'm like, okay, then I'm
random thoughts.
Then maybe I'm a coffee totaler. Like he texted me, you cannot come up with words.
Self-made ones. You should have thought, I can. I am a writer. I can do whatever I want. You because
you're
a very nice sibling. My elder sister is like, whatever I have said, patthar ki lakeer hai, tu chup kar.
In my way or highway. No, ऐसा नहीं है. Because I think he texted that maybe you can remember the meaning of the word by breaking the word into tea and totaler. Somebody who totally drinks just tea. And I was like, okay, I was like, if you can break the word and come up with a new word, I also break the word, and I came up with coffee totaler.
somebody who just drinks coffee. He actually texted back.
Which dividery, where's your coffee?
I've had it. I finished it. Yeah, he was like, you cannot come up with words randomly. But then to keep my heart, he said that maybe you can use this word and this word becomes a trend and the dictionary people decide to add it in the dictionary and then it becomes a word. Whoa. Okay. High aspirations, honey. High aspirations. But okay.
That's what
He also started learning Korean because we're both trying to give the TOPIK exam at least clear level 1 in October. We haven't been very ritualistic with our studies, to be very honest, because
you're just slacking.
We were slacking. Both of us are slacking.
Bada maza. I feel like the pleasure of telling Yasha, you're slacking.
Because
this happens once.
This is an 80-20 thing. Enjoy your time. We try. So whatever word we learn, we try to communicate. Whatever chat that we are having, we try to communicate in using that Korean word. So if it's,
so that you guys are habitual of talking in
but
Korean.
I am a little farther along
in
the preparation journey. He has just started, like I think a month back. Not even a month back. He just started.
Coming back to the last thing I think that I would want to discuss is when I am retail therapy, when I'm shopping and I'm like, oh, ye cheese, how will this outfit look on me? Or I was just showing Yasha 2 new shorts that I bought and I was like, oh, I like this and I like this. I did not know if this will look better on like me or this will look better on me. And then I'm imagining and thinking stuff. And do you picture yourself wearing a bracelet, or do you picture yourself wearing like...
I don't think I have shopped for clothes this entire year. No, I have. I went with Parul and I shopped.
Like clothes or a piece of jewelry, something. Like, do you picture yourself when you're buying it? Because when you are buying it in person, you're able to wear it and then decide. But when you're buying it online,
but then this is a very conscious thought. Like, obviously, आप कुछ खरीद रहे हो तो मतलब you will think about it, right? You're going to put money into it.
No, not think. Like, do you imagine yourself wearing it?
While it is getting packed.
No, like I am scrolling, okay, like wish list, then you go to the wish list, then you imagine will this look better or will this look better?
This is not how I shop. I shop like, okay, wish list. Okay, how many outfits can I make out of this? 2, 3. Okay, I'll buy you. And is this a color that
I don't have?
That I don't have. Maybe
that's a
maybe
factor
not.
for me as well.
Maybe not. Okay, done. Am I buying this just because it is cheap? So these are the kind.
This thought I always have. Am I buying it just because it is cheap?
Or
and
it is on
80%,
sale.
80% of my cart is then reject. Anmol sale lagi hai. I understand. This is my self-talk. That doesn't mean you have to purchase like literally anything.
I think I would, when I buy, I generally want to buy pieces that are...
You're a very conscious buyer.
Yes, I am.
I am trying to be a conscious buyer.
I am a conscious buyer, so I will not buy random things. Okay. Generally what I do, so I think I saw a YouTube video I came across. So they say that you put it in your cart and you wait for later. If even after 2 days you still want to buy it, then you buy it. So I don't put it in a cart. I have a folder, bookmark. In my bookmark bar, I have a folder. Shop karke. Whatever I need, I bookmark it and into that folder and I keep it there. If after 10 days, 15 days, I still think about it, I go back and I buy it. This is how I shop. Otherwise, I don't buy it. If out of sight, out of mind ho gaya hai, and then whenever I go back, I will clean that list and I will like, ये तो मेरा मन नहीं किया था, अब नहीं मैं खरीदूँगी.
No. I always think it this. I am the person who will be like, okay, I have to shop this. Now I will wait for the
And I'm
right
very
typical. I don't know if this is typical, but my middle class blood
Ass.
coming out. सेल लगेगी तो मैं लूंगी.
मेरे साथ ऐसा है कि मतलब नीड रिक्वायरमेंट जैसे आई नो आई नीड
Since last September, I haven't
used it
utilized this because I'm waiting for that particular brand
to go on
to
sale.
go on sale, and then I'm like, I know what I'm purchasing.
I think she's done this with there was one birthday I gifted her a gift card and I assumed कि मैंने gift दे दिया. अब मेरा मतलब my job is I am done. Like I think it was COVID. I was not able to
during COVID.
I was not able to see you, so I thought like rather than buying her something, like I mean generally I know she shops from that particular website, so I bought a gift card and I gave it to her.
And then months later, months.
I mean, I think her next birthday was around
What
the
happened? I was like, oh shit, I haven't used the gift card.
I think it was her birthday is in September. I think 13th.
Yeah.
13th September is her birthday, and I think it was prior to my birthday, which is August 5th.
It was quite काफी
I
months
think
ago.
June July type. She's like, "Okay, so that gift card you gave me," I'm like, yeah.
Yasha is burning.
Do you have it? Because I think I misplaced it. And we're like, what? But I gave it to you on your last birthday. Your next birthday is around the corner. Like 2 months, and we will celebrate your other birthday.
And she was like, I'll buy you another one.
मैंने कहा मैं नया खरीद देती हूँ. So basically, I asked and I told Anmol that I'll buy you a new one. Where do I look for that bloody gift card now? It's almost a year. She's like, no, I will talk to customer care.
Then I connected with customer care.
And the customer care told her that they'll send some OTP on some email ID, some number, and she's like, you have to send me that OTP. And
They did, because I connected with the customer care, and when I was speaking to him, he was like, okay, I told him what are the steps. So he told that I confirmed her full name, and I confirmed her phone number, and I told that my friend gifted me the gift card, and then he was like that you need to call your friend.
he was subliminally telling her, stupid girl, she gifted it to him.
You need to call your friend and she will tell you an OTP, and then the entire
It
thing
was
will be
basically a very lengthy process, but then
I got it done.
my brain works on a need basis, so I need right now I know that I need sneakers or some sort of casual sneaker category footwear that is in navy. I need a ballerina, like a ballerina category footwear that is in navy color, and I also need a sneaker that is in navy. I have been looking for 3 months now.
You're looking for what? A navy?
I wore those navy ballerinas on my on Holi, I believe, which was in
And they were ruined. March. 16th March.
It's June, and I have been looking for navy ballerinas prior to that. I haven't found something that I like up until now, and I will not buy anything that I don't like. Those are my
Shopping
thoughts.
Do you एक और do you think about ऐसा होता है कि when I was in college I used to think, oh मेरी डेयरी मिल्क पड़ी है फ्रिज में, घर जाके खाऊंगी. You keep on thinking about the chocolate or whatever food item that you have in your brain, and then you reach home and one of your siblings
Has already
ate
had
it.
this. So my brother was weird, I think. So say suppose my mom would buy 2 chocolates, ऐसे दो chocolate 5 star, ऐसे 5 रुपए का 5 star, 5 रुपए का 5 star. Ideally it's supposed to be like same, right? He would weigh and measure and eyeball ki this is bigger, this is mine, this is smaller, this is yours, and then he would eat his finish his chocolate, and then he would come to me and nag me that saying that I had it and mine is finished because mine was smaller. By mistake I gave you the bigger one. Now you have the bigger one, you have to share it with me. I do not even know how many times he's done this to me. And he would do this with everything, with food, with chocolates, with ice cream. So I became subconsciously, my brain told me that if you want to eat something, you have to eat fast.
enough.
Fast because ऐसे तो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, ये सब खा जाएगा.
मेरा तो chocolate, I used to get mad. कि मैं पूरा दिन contemplate कर रही
I
थी
would
and
not-
you ate my happiness. से वो Ross बोलता नहीं है my sandwich.
Sandwich.
I could feel it because I was thinking. You keep on thinking. about
What I used to hate was my brother. So suppose there is a chocolate, if you eat it, bloody throw the wrapper in the dustbin.
instead of keeping the khali
Wrapper in the
and then you're like, oh, it's still here. And
khali. So this I used to hate, and this I would fight over him. I would fight with him over this, but then apart from this, I was cool with it, like khali. It wouldn't bother me much. But then I realized कि ऐसे तो खाना भी नहीं मिलेगा ना, मतलब क्योंकि वो खाने के साथ भी करता था ऐसे. Then I started like it's fast. I eat fast ऐसे, and like everybody around me would tell me that you don't chew properly. I'm like, I chew.
this is my lifelong practice. Okay?
This is instinct now. I cannot help it. And like I sort of mildly get annoyed also that I've done this for like almost 3 decades. 3 decades of my life. Like कि क्या मतलब क्या कार्य में like कैसे. And he's not like this anymore. He was like this for the first 10 or so years of his life, but then that sort of solidified our behavior around food. Do you get obsessed with things?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I am an empath. My cousin brother I have, he is the complete opposite of me when it comes to the emotional spectrum of things. So if he's at 0, then I'm at 180. And he says that this is your weakness, that you feel things so deeply. Like he would tell me about, he's a lawyer by profession. He would tell me about his cases, which are not always pretty. So if he shares a case with me, and I would generally make conversation, I would get so attached with the story and with the client, and I would think, and then I would follow up. And he would say that these are my clients, and sweetie, things are fine and things are okay. But he still says you should not feel things so deeply. For random people, you haven't even seen her face, bloody. Why are you? दर्द महसूस हो रहा है ना, महसूस हो रहा है.
And because you're a writer, you have the
This is what he said.
You have the quality to
Feel-
put it in words on the paper.
But then you have to feel those emotions first. So he says that matlab, being very mechanical and very black and white about situations has probably drawn me towards a profession that I am
I think it's ideal
pursuing.
for
This is what he says.
kind
That
of personality.
this is what I told him, that thank God that you're not empathetic, because it is not always that
ideal for his profession.
because he's not always defending the right person, and he says this with a very straight face, that I'm not always defending.
It's a 50% probability always when there are two lawyers.
Actually, one is not defending the right person.
Exactly.
So, and he also says that the construct of right and wrong is twisted.
This is a thought that I have thought about. Like yesterday, I was thinking about it. That your profession, we will, like, I would want to talk about this more. But yesterday, this thought actually came in my mind, that in accordance to your profession, your perception changes, because there was this real sorts that I went through. So there was this judge who was telling a life lesson. So unka perspective was not wrong, but it was very practical. Similarly, there's this life coach. He has a different life perspective. His life perspective is very spiritual. At that time, a realization came in that in accordance to your profession, and there's not right and there's no wrong. just your perception of how you live changes. Like people who work for the army are generally very disciplined
because that is a requirement for them. That is a day-to-day requirement. Which is what I told him also, that for me to be a writer, I am supposed to be able to empathize with people, because I'm not just writing poetry, I'm writing a lot of random things. But for whatever genre of writing I am doing, no matter how practical or academic or non-academic or poetic it is, I am supposed to be able to feel something
like directors जब explain करते हैं scene actors को, they in their mind they know what they are trying to direct, and then they try to communicate it to
it is very multi-dimensional thoughts that we have. I mean, we've just discussed few very random thoughts, but then I would like to conclude on this point. That whatever thoughts that we have as a subconscious, they're very multi-dimensional, because as Anmol says that the perception
of the thoughts are different for
is
every
different.
individual.
So for somebody, say suppose you go to a museum, right, and you see you see old paintings from whatever century, and there are naked women and there are naked men, and there were sculptures of naked men, naked women, and somebody who has a very 2D perspective about life could just look at the painting and be like that this is a naked man and this is a naked
or
lady.
they could look at it as this is an ancient history, or they're intrigued to know, like a person like Mickey, details.
So and you could also look at it like like this, what was the you could think of
Relevance of it.
what was the painter trying to communicate when they painted this. And so generally there are when there is a painting, there are how you add depth is you can add depth through textures, you can add depth through colors. So what light, and so a contrast of light and dark colors, textures, the kind of paint that you use, so the texture that will come. So the depth in that painting, what kind of depth that painting has. So Mona Lisa, for instance, has a bridge in the background, and it has a road that sort of comes and blends with her shoulder. I don't know what the person was trying to say, but then what I am trying to say is the comprehension of what you make in your head is really dependent on the kind of experiences you've had and the kind of individual you are.
That's true.
And the perception that you have, and
how you see things,
how
you feel
multi-dimensional
things.
how multi-dimensional it can get. Because if you ask somebody to draw an apple, say if I ask you to draw an apple and if I draw an apple, the end product could be very different.
100%.
You could draw an apple like a 2-year-old, like an apple with a stick, and somebody could draw an apple that exactly mimics the shadows and the depth of that particular apple. So I think the experiences would, in both the cases, the experiences would differ. So would the perception. Like I just said that I want you to draw an apple, right? But what did you perceive? And what was your experience? Do you want to deliver the best? Do you have the capability? Do you have the skill? Do you have that vision? Do you have that mindset? Everything will come
together, and I think that is why they say that the beauty lies in the
eyes of the beholder. Yes,
because
true.
it is going to be because
it could come naturally to one, and it could not come naturally to other. But I think we all start with the thoughts that we have, they're very 2-dimensional, just so to speak, at the beginning. If you start to learn to sit with your thoughts, that is when you start to add dimensions to your thoughts.
करती ऐसे बोले करती राइटर वाली बात या शादी दी
But then it is actually true. You
I
are
have literally, technically, I forgot. It is shooting, which is, I literally feel like you're sitting and talking.
because I think it is, if you ask a priest, if you ask a writer, if you ask a scientist, you ask anybody from any stream, they will always tell you to sit with your thoughts. Einstein sat with his thoughts.
Overthinker in me.
The overthinker
is
in
not
me.
going to sit with thoughts. I already have like 1,000 million.
But then
thoughts
that
in
is
my head.
that is what I'm saying. So you should be able to segregate one thought and be able to sit with it and probably build on that one thought and build your train of thought based on one thought, and then that is how you add
Yasha's
dimensions.
trying to organize my thoughts.
I wish I could trust me. The control freak in me would want
She's
to,
like, if
but
I
then
could have wired, I would have wired.
I would have, but then I will not, because this is what makes you, and this is what makes me. So, on that note, these were the thoughts that
Random thoughts that we have had.
and the thoughts about the thoughts that we have had.
So you stay tuned.
Yes.
Keep listening.
Yes.
Comment below any thought that I think you would want to discuss with us, and we would love to listen. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye, people.